Good morning viewers and welcome back to the channel. This morning is a lazy Saturday morning, but we've invited a friend over for lunch. So I've decided to go, I'm going to try my hand at Chinese pork. So I've got a piece of pork rib here that it was a whole piece like that, so I've just cut it in half. And I've got a chopped onion here in my pressure cooker at the base. And I'm going to pack the pork on top of that. And then, let me just wash my hands quickly. And then I'm going to add a few spices just to enhance the flavor a bit. In this little bowl of mine, I've got 3 bay leaves that I'm going to just put in there. And I've got some powdered ginger, and I've got some white pepper and barbecue spice. So I'm just going to throw that over like that and into my pressure cooker, and I'm going to cover it with water and let it steam for at least half an hour. So I want the pork to be really soft. Now the original recipe that I had said I must steam it for an hour, but really I don't have time. I always like to do things quick and easy, and in half an hour's time, an Instant Pot or a normal pressure cooker does the trick in 30 minutes time. I am really convinced about that. And then I'm going to put it in the oven, but I will show you as soon as it is finished steaming, I will show you what it looks like. So, my pot's on the stove. I've got rice and carrots. I'm going to make sweet carrots with that and just normal rice, but I will show you how that is done too in a little while as soon as the pork has steamed. Right viewers, now you can see my pork is steamed and it is just very nicely cooked. So, sorry about that. I'm still trying to make my carrots too in the meantime. Multitasking. All the joys of being a housewife. Anyway, so I'm taking out my pork now. Before I'm going to cut it, let me just quickly get the carrots sorted. I've now boiled the carrots just in water until they're nice and soft. And to my pot, I'm going to add a bit of butter. I've got some sugar. I've got a little bit of ginger, and I've got a little bit of marmalade. So I'm also trying something new today. Today is my day for experimenting. And don't be afraid to do that. It always comes out wonderful in the end. If you know which flavors go together, it is not a problem. So I'm going to put this now on a hot plate. I've drained the water off, and I'm going to let it cook without a lid because I want the sugar and the butter and the flavors just to caramelize for me. But the rice is also cooked. So now I'm going to take my pork pieces and I'm going to cut them a bit smaller. So you will see they're very tender and soft. I'm not going to cut large pieces because I want to be able to have it done relatively quickly. So these pieces that I've now cut, I'm just going to layer in my glass bowl that I have. You will see it's not steamed through because it's a thick piece of pork belly that I've got. And here are some bones, or pork ribs, so I'm going to try and cut through that and get the bones out, that the bones are separate. So there you can see it's really a very nice cut. And these I'm also just going to cut in smaller pieces. It's just because I'm limited with time. I can also stack them upright like that, but I think if they're flat it's going to be better. That piece in there, and the smell is really wonderful. So these were the bones. I'm just going to cut. Oh, let me just find this bone before I cut through the bone. Maybe it will be better to see from the back. There we go. So these are like 2 little spare rib pieces that I'm just putting in there. Then let me just put this in there and give the carrots a bit of a stir. Oh, and they really smell wonderful, so I'm very impressed with that. I think that ginger marmalade is going to be the chicken. Now I've preheated my oven, as you can see, to 220 or 200 degrees, 225, it does not matter. And in this mix, I've got Lapis barbecue sauce, I've got a bit of honey, I've got some more ginger, and I've just mixed that. And I'm just drizzling it over nicely because I want it to make like a really sticky covering around my pork. Even on the spare rib pieces. Oh, I wonder who's going to fight over those pieces. But anyway, everyone will get a slice. A little bit more. And it looks as if all my pieces are now nicely covered. Right. And now the only thing that remains is to put it in the oven and keep a close eye on it, because you might have to bake it at that heat for about, let's say, 25-30 minutes. I'm going to leave it in as long as possible. I still want to use the onions in the sauce, but I will show you what I'm going to do with that. Right, viewers, as you can see, I've now taken the pork out of the oven. If you can, my videographer can just zoom in on the pork. I think he's so carried away with what it looks like that he's forgotten to show you. So I'm going to dish up. As you can have a look here, look what the lovely carrots look like. They have really, I'm very impressed, they've come out quite nicely. So I'm just going to dish up for us. Our guest has arrived and I certainly hope that pork is delicious. So I forgot to say to you, I've strained the onions from the sauce in the pressure cooker, and I've just placed the onions randomly over the pork belly. So I hope there's a little bit of sauce left that I can put over my rice. So there's that. Let's get to the carrots. And this is just ginger and marmalade carrots. I certainly hope that they will enjoy that too. Just a nice hearty meal, lunch on a Saturday afternoon. It was really not hard work. No effort whatsoever. Let me just quickly get the parsley, because I want to drizzle a bit of parsley on top. So let's see. Where shall we start? I hope this is cooked to perfection. But it looks like it. So I'm not really too worried. If they don't like it, tough luck. But I'm quite certain that they will enjoy. Let me just take this plate too and put in some there. You see, it looks as if it's burnt, but it's not. It's due to the honey and the ginger that it looks like that. And I'm a spare rib girl, so this one with the spare ribs is going to be mine, of course. So if you've liked this video, please click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you again soon in the next video. And you must have a wonderful and relaxing Saturday. Enjoy.